Sundays used to be the day when work stopped, shops were closed and parking in central London was free. But all that is changing, including the bit about parking. Westminster Council is considering charging people to park all weekend, and it's upset churches, who say it'll make it harder for people to attend services. Live now to our reporter Mark Ashdown, who's outside Marylebone Town Hall for us this evening. Mark.
Well, Victoria, this is the way to get yourself heard. The brass band have been playing for the past hour or so, and worshippers from 12 churches around Westminster have gathered here to get their message across. They're trying to send a message to Westminster councillors who've been arriving all evening here. They're going to be discussing some proposals for changes to parking charges in the borough. And as you can see, it's been causing a right song and dance. Anyone who drives in London during the day knows how hard parking can be. But when the sun goes down, it's free. In Westminster, perhaps not for much longer. The Salvation Army have huge concerns. Their Oxford Street congregation come from far and wide. Many rely on free parking.
My biggest fear is that these charges will hollow out our congregation. Will have the effect of taking away that vibrancy. It will take away the energy. The members will not be able to come here.
Westminster wants to charge in the evenings and all day Sunday, meaning a ban on single yellow parking too. This is what's driving it, congested roads, though campaigners say the West End's economy will suffer and question the council's motivations.
I believe they're doing this to raise revenue, not to manage traffic, and if they wanted to stop people parking in certain spots on a Sunday, they can just install double yellow lines.
What's wrong with raising revenue? They've got cuts to make.
Raising revenue or using parking to raise revenue is actually illegal.
The move could raise around £5 million, and the council has a black hole in its budget of about £4 million. Even so, it insists this is about improving parking, not raising cash.
The situation we have at the moment, for example, on a Saturday, somebody could park in a bay at 6:30 on a Saturday evening, not have to move their car until 8:30 on a Monday morning. Now that's not helping residents, businesses or visitors in order for cars to be able to park there to go and enjoy the shops or enjoy the leisure or whatever.
Opponents say they'll challenge the plans all the way. With the sums involved, no doubt other councils will be watching closely. Well, let's have a word with a few people who've come down here. Now, you brought your children down here. Why do you feel so strongly about it?
Well, the impact that these parking proposals would have on our church would be devastating. I've been coming to this church on Oxford Street, the Salvation Army on Oxford Street, all my life, which is 31 years now. And if these parking proposals would mean that me and my family would no longer be able to come up to London to go to church.
OK, thank you very much. Now, I understand you're a volunteer at Salvation Army, aren't you?
I work there 3 days a week.
How will this affect you then? How would this affect you?
It will affect me on a Sunday because at the moment I come by car and I won't be able to afford to park, and the trains are very unreliable from where I live in Kent. During the week I can use my Freedom Pass and I can come on the train, so I will be able to go on working there if we're still there.
Do you worry about the future for these?
I worry about the future for these children. I've worshipped there over 70 years. My father went there when he was 15, so my history is there, but it's the next generation I worry about and all the work that they can do.
OK, thanks very much. Well, petition, we understand about 3,000 names is being handed in tonight as well. And the council says that this will free up more spaces in the evenings and at the weekend, and will also cut down congestion, and that will help businesses. Now, they're not going to decide anything tonight, they're just going to discuss it, but we could get a final decision early in August. Victoria.
OK, Mark, thanks very much for that. Well, we want to hear from you on this. Do you think Westminster are right in introducing parking charges, or do you think it's unfair? Do get in touch. The details should be on your screen now. I'll have some of your comments later on in the programme. Right, back to our earlier story now. On Westminster Council wanting to charge for parking on a Sunday. Lots of you have been in touch about this, and I have to say, not many of you are very happy about it either. Elizabeth says, the suggestion vexes me because it impacts on family travelling into town to see relatives. They talk about society all helping towards our community, then they slap families with charges to visit their mothers. Sue says, it doesn't surprise me. They've already started charging motorbikes, which have always been free. But someone who's more positive is Flavia. She says, I hope drivers realise that walking and cycling are the best options. London is very easy to get around. And one more, George in Leighton says, give them an inch, they will take all the roads and make them double yellow lines. Thank you very much indeed for all of those emails.